What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael Jordan. Welcome to another podcast of Iconic Entertainment. And tonight, I'm gonna get into some fun stuff. So I'm gonna be actually giving you my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So at number one, I have Alita and the Battle Angel. Now, the reason that this is number one on my list is because this movie is phenomenal, man. It's like incredibly such a great movie because from beginning to end, I enjoy it from the fighting, from the backstory, from the origin story, from the her suits, everything, man. It's just absolutely fantastic. Like this is just a masterpiece movie to me. I actually just got me a Alita shirt that I probably will be wearing in one of my videos. So be looking out for that. But this movie is just it's so awesome, man. Like if you haven't seen it, I really would recommend you watch it because she's basically like a half human, half cyborg and everything, and she basically don't really remember nothing for real because it was a guy. He was like I want to say like a scientist, but like he was able to put her together and everything. You know what I'm saying? And like she kind of like had lost her memory and whatnot from like her being in a battle from like years ago when it was her and her mom and everything. So she had like different flashbacks and whatnot to like catch up to well to like get her memory, you know, back and everything. But it's this movie is just it's so awesome, man. It is. She was such a she a badass, man. Like she was literally, and it's just really could nobody really could take her on for real in a fight, and what's crazy is they even have the one actor, Mash- Mashallah Ali. Mashallah Ali. He's actually going to be the star of Blade. He was actually the villain in this movie though. But still, he did a great job playing a role. Like everybody played a great role in the movie, but he couldn't take on Alita. Alita was just a handful, man. And yeah, it just anything that came her way, she was just slam. But she had a sweet personality as well too, though. But she just remembered where she came from, and she how to take knew how to take that stand and everything. And then she of course was in a romantic relationship with a guy that she ended up meeting. So he took her around and showed her everything. As far as like how everything works in the world that we're living in and whatnot. With a bunch of different sideboards and stuff like that. But like I said, guys, it's awesome. I don't want to get too much away, but it's such an awesome movie, man. I really can't wait till they do a part two to it. Because I've been wanting it for the longest, and they actually are gonna do one due to the fact of Avatar: Way of Water. You know, um, with that making such a huge profit, off that movie, they are going to be able to take that money, of course, and put it towards, making a sequel for Alita 2. So it is coming, it is official, whatnot, but they just don't have a release date for it just yet, though. But once they do, I'll make sure I give, details, about it in another video, though, for sure. Yeah, guys, check that out though, cause like I said, that's a great movie. But as I move on to this list though, at number two, I have the Iron Man trilogy. Well, of course, Iron Man is my all-time favorite Marvel character. I absolutely love how they did the Iron Man trilogy. You know, 1 through 3. Even though 3 was my all-time favorite one out of the Iron Man trilogy. I mainly liked it for the ending because I just like how Tony had had that idea where he was making suits as a hobby, and we were able to see all these different Iron Man suits that he created. You know, fight up against the I can't think of the man's name at the moment, but I I I I know it like the back of my head. I just can't think of his name at the moment. But seeing him take on the helm and everything, it was spectacular, man. It was spectacular, and just just I don't feel like really nothing could really top Iron Man 1 and 2. I mean top Iron Man 3. So I had to put that one, as my top favorite of course. But yeah guys, Iron Man trilogy can't never go wrong with that. I can rewatch that all the time, But but that had to be a definite in my list. But as I move on though, at number three, I have Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. Now, this movie, so to let you know, I am a Martin Lawrence fan. Always have been. Ever since I seen the Martin Show. And Martin Lawrence he's just a hilarious character. He's a very hilarious character. And this movie right here, Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins, was basically a movie where Martin was like the outsider and everything, so he felt like he didn't really fit in with his family and whatnot, and due to the fact of how his cousin was, because his cousin was very competitive, so his cousin was always competing against him and always beat him in everything that they played, so he he went away, he ran away, started his own family and everything, and he ended up finding a successful career, and like he made a name for himself, and he really didn't want to return back home because he felt like he just wasn't welcome there, you know. But you know, he, you know, ended up deciding to go anyway. So he went to go see his family and whatnot, and things slowly but gradually started turning around for him. But I mean, even though he was having issues with like with family members, like what family member doesn't have issues with their siblings or their relatives, but he was having issues with them, and he just felt like he just wasn't appreciated there, So, but his mom was always open arms, and she always loved him and everything, and she cared for him. But he just felt like he just didn't get that same, affection from his granddad, back when he was younger and everything, because his cousin, he felt like his cousin was getting away with everything else and whatnot, you know. But, I mean, like eventually in the end, everything, you know, you start to see everything revealed, and it start to come to light and whatnot. So his granddad, his dad, ended up having to change her heart for him and everything. So it's it's cool. It's a real family wholesome kind of movie that you can sit, enjoy, and watch and laugh. A lot of big stars in the movie. Of course, you got Mike Epps, you got Monique, you got James Earl Jones. You got Joy Bryan. Cedric the Entertainer. Bunch of actors in it. Michael Duncan, of course, rest in peace. You know, but like I said, guys, it's a good movie. I really suggest people watch it because that was one of Martin's best projects to me that I felt that he did before he had retired. You know, but as I move on to this list, guys, I have at number four Love Jones. So Love Jones, this is a masterpiece movie, guys. Love this movie. I can constantly watch it all day long. You know, memorize it, everything. It's it's just that movie. It's just a perfect movie that you sit and watch with your wife, with your girlfriend, whoever. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, happen to be in the mood for something like really romantic, you'll pop this in and watch it. Real enjoyable. You got my boy Lorenzo Tate. He was the poet. And then of course you got Nia Long. Nia Long was basically, the woman that he liked, he ended up connecting with and everything, and they ended up clicking, and they of course, they had a real good, real good vibe going, real good relationship, but of course, you always have that one particular guy that comes in and caught blocks and had to get his piece of the action and everything, but I mean it still didn't work out for him though, so they stayed connected with each other and made it work out. So but this is another movie I would highly recommend people see, because like I said, guys, Love Jones, that's just an absolute masterpiece, man. And it's just a great story, storytelling movie to watch, but yeah, as I move on to this list, at number five, I have A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Another masterpiece movie, like I said, It's hilarious, funny. Another great movie from Martin Lawrence. Actually, an older movie from Martin Lawrence. But this is back when he was younger. You know, he actually did this movie around the time when they were just wrapping up with the final season of Martin and everything. And actually, the same actress that he had in this movie, she actually played in a role in a few episodes. You know, and they was good episodes. They was funny. You know, this was back when he was like on vacation and everything, and took on a cruise ship, and he happened to run into her and whatnot. You know, and she was like this kind of the same how she was in the movie. You know, with this craze, with issues and stuff like that and everything. You know, but anyway, getting to the movie. So, you know, basically the movie, you got Martin Lawrence as the player and everything. You know, he was making on the ladies. He had his own business that he had started up at the club and whatnot. Then, of course, he had his friend Bobby Brown and whatnot and everything. And they was cool, you know, and they were just doing their thing, having fun, you know, and making money. You know, until, of course, he ended up meeting, you know, her name was Brandy. I can't remember her actual name. I think it's Liam Whitfield or something like that. But he ended up running into her and everything, and he was feeling her or whatnot. But things just didn't really sit well, you know. Once you know, the once they broke it off and everything, she started turning out crazy, you know, insane, you know, and he didn't really know how to deal with it, and it was like he chewed he chewed on a little too much, you know what I'm saying, or when he shouldn't have, you know, and he misled her, you know, but it ended up catching up with him though, you know. But of course, the reason why it kind of misled with him, so it was basically dealing with, you know, an old friend of his that he had from back in the day. He known her since they was kids, you know, which was Regina King. You know, Regina King, of course, she was like I said, a friend of his and whatnot, and you know, like I said, they never was in a relationship, but you know, they was close, they was tight and everything, and so eventually, you know, he ended up falling for her and everything. He ended up taking it serious, so you know, he backed off on as far as like messing with other women, and he just really just you know put his focus on her and wanted to be with her and everything, you know. So that was like his soulmate, you know. But like I said, things started to catch up with him though, man, and it kind of started to backfire on him and everything. But I mean, all in the end though, it still worked out for him though. So that was the best part of it though, you know. But that's a definite movie to watch, you know, because it's a classic, guys, and it always will be a classic. But as I move on to this list though, at number six I have Friends with Benefits. Now, this movie, like I said, very likable movie. I absolutely enjoy watching this movie all the time. I rewatched it so many times. I probably still will rewatch it so many times, even if I had it on. You know, I feel like this right here, you know, it was basically just a Timberlake and Mila Kunis. You know, they had this wacky, goofy kind of like thing going on where they was just in it for just to be sleeping with each other, with no strings attached or anything, But eventually, it didn't turn out that way. Down the long run, they happened to start like catching feelings for each other or whatnot. So it just it just didn't work out with them trying to go back and forth, with them trying to sleep with each other and everything. But it was funny though. It's funny because like I said, because they were just so goofy and wacky from like the different, uh, just the way their chemistry was and the way they just went about certain things of interacting with each other, you know, when they sleeping with each other and whatnot. But it's a great movie, man. It is. Like, I really feel like this was one of Justin Timberlake's best work, personally. But yeah, it's another movie I could just definitely just go back to rewatch. But if you all haven't seen Friends with Benefits, please watch it. You would crack up and laugh, like literally, it's hilarious from beginning to end. I'm telling you. But as I move on to this list, guys, I have at number seven, Coyote Ugly. Now, the thing is with this movie, Coyote Ugly, I actually didn't watch this movie until last year. So like, once I watched it, I was intrigued in it. I felt like I was like, this is a well put together movie. This good story and everything. Basically dealing with you know, the girl that well, the woman that played it, Chicken About a Dozen. She mainly, was moving off to New York and everything. To be a famous songwriter, whatnot. And of course her dad didn't want her to leave. He didn't want her to. He wanted her to stay. I believe she was living in Chicago, if I'm correct, at the moment before she moved, because she moved to New York and everything to to further her career and whatnot, and like I said, to be a musician or as a songwriter, and the thing is, you know, she didn't want to necessarily be a singer, because she always had a fear of it and everything. She felt like she couldn't like actually sing her songs that she wrote, so like she would look for someone else to, do that and everything, until she ended up finding this so-called producer or whatnot, and they hit it off and they started feeling each other, and he actually was helping her though, helping her find a surface to where she's able to get her name out there and actually perform her music and everything to be that to be that singer, from her being a songwriter, but to actually sing her music that she writes, of course, But like I said, it's cool, man. And then of course, oh, by the way, she also so they had it as Coyote Ugly because of course she actually worked at this bar and everything with like three other women or whatnot, and it was just like it's pretty wild though, because yeah, as she worked at the bar and everything, and she was making money, she mainly was working there, for a living there just to, until she be able to get what she need to get her career out there and to take off and everything, But I mean, in the end though, she ended up staying at the bar and everything from working there. But then too, she still had her music thing that she was still doing as well too, But it's a real good movie, guys. It's funny too. It has its scenes where it's funny. They had the guy from that voices Flintstone in it. He was hilarious. He's such a good actor to me. I don't know why, but he is. I enjoy seeing his roles in certain movies and stuff. I even like them in the Flintstones movies. But yeah, guys, I would really recommend you see this Coyote Ugly because it's a great movie, man. It's kind of seemed like it's a chick flick, but it's really not to me for real, for real. Just it's your normal average movie that you could see. But yeah, guys, check it out if you ever had a chance to. As I move on to this list, though, at number 8, I have Breaking All the Rules. So, Breaking All the Rules, um, another great movie, man. Another great movie. This movie particularly, it has its twists and turns. With as far as like different relationships, but who was sleeping with who and who was dating who and everything. And Jamie Foxx, of course. He was you know mainly the guy that he had a like fiance and everything, but it didn't turn out as planned. So he decides to like make this book, which was like a breakup book called Breaking All the Rules, and that was mainly to like get his name out and whatnot and everything. But I don't want to get too much off, but it's funny. It's funny, but like I said, guys, it has its twists and turns of, you know, like people was all over the place, doing their own thing and like, getting with this person and whatnot, the way they was connecting with each other. It was wild, man. It's wild. It's wild. But like I said, it's a lot of good stars in this movie as well too. You got Gabrielle Union, Jamie Foxx, Morris Chestnut. You got you got well, them the only ones I can think of at the moment. But it's y'all should really check that one out though. It's good. It's funny. I enjoy it. So I'm move on. At number nine, I have Avatar, and then Avatar: Way of Water. Now, to me, Avatar: Way of Water, man, great, great, great movie, man. It's I want to say it's like Avatar, and they like Nick to Nick. Maybe they like Nick to Nick to me. Even though Avatar: Way of Water is slightly better to me, maybe because I like the visual effects of how they went about the movie, in generally, but awesome movie, man. Awesome freaking movie. I can't wait to see part three. I want to curious to see how they do that, but Avatar: Way of Water, man. That's a good movie. I'm not even gonna even say anything about it because that's how good it is to me, man. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it for yourself, But y'all gotta see that one. And number 10, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If y'all haven't seen my movie review, um, hopefully I hope y'all check it out. Cause I actually did one on this movie. When I went to go see it, but I give it to you still anyway. Best Spider-Man movie. Best Spider-Man movie. Like literally hands down, man. It is. Everything that they did from the multiverse, from Miles' story, Gwen's story, all that stuff. You see it all in this movie. And what makes this movie so good is just the way they ended it. The way they ended on a cliffhanger, man. It makes you want to go straight into the next one and watch that one. And the music, the animation, all on point, man. All on point. It's just it's the best, man. It is. It's the best. And I personally have No Way Home as my number one favorite Spider-Man movie. But after seeing that movie, no way, man. And I'm quite sure when they do Beyond the Spider Verse, I'm quite sure that movie's gonna be better than this one. Because the way they were just able to nail it on so many levels, you know. And like I said, mainly I just love the way they went so deep into the multiverse, and we were able to see so many different variants of different Spider-Man. That's what made it just so cool. So I can just imagine what they're gonna do in the next one. Not to mention not to mention that they'll probably have Miles Morales, in Spider-Man 4. So see if he happened to be Peter Parker roommate, or if he actually suited up and seeing him fight in the movie. But it is a Miles Morales movie coming though in live action, so I'm definitely excited to see that when it comes. But like I said, guys, masterpiece, best one yet. But that's it, guys. That is my top 10 uh, favorite movies. You know, let me know what you guys think. About this top 10 movies. Tell me what is your top 10 of your all-time favorite movies. Put it in the comment section down below. I'm always interested to hear your guys' thoughts, ideas, stuff like that, and everything. Because that's what this channel is here for. But yeah, that's my top 10 favorite list. I'm gonna actually read it off one more time for you. So at number one, we got Alita. Number two, we got the Iron Man trilogy. Number three, we got Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. Number four, we got Love Jones. Number five, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Number six, Friends with Benefits. Number seven, Coyote Ugly. Number eight, Breaking All the Rules. Number nine, Avatar: Way of Water and Avatar. And number 10, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's it, guys. This your boy Michael Jordan. This has been another podcast of Iconic Entertainment, and see you in the next video.